Greetings, people. So it's the third day of the HaOmer, the Midah of Chesed Sheba Malchut. Loving kindness, expansiveness, sourced in God, Chesed, that empowers or completes Malchut, which is this quality of nobility or rulership or recognition of God's hashpa'ah and influence and power over everything in the world, and also our influence over those who are in our sphere of influence. And so the question of the day is, to what extent is my recognition of God's influence and hashpa'ah and flow upon me? And to what extent is my expression of my own influence in the world? To what extent do I relate to that as nobility, as an elevated quality? To what extent is it sourced in Chesed, which is love from the source, the original love? Chesed in the Sfarim, especially Shari Ora, is described as connected to the name Kel, or Aleph Lamed, which is the source name, the fundamental source name. And that name of Chesed is what aligns and refines all of the din, all of the gevuros, the pathways and pipelines through which God's influence flows into the world. Those can get bent and out of shape, and then people are doing weird stuff or inappropriate stuff. And Chesed is really the light that refines them and brings them into alignment with the source love, the source light. And so it's a very powerful reflection to reflect on that source light and source love, to do the meditative inner practice, to actually connect with that space of acknowledging and knowing that Hashem is flooding us with that love, not just as an abstract concept, but to feel it in our felt sense, in our heart, in our sensory awareness, to feel it in our bones. And through that, we naturally bring ourselves in alignment with the Ratzon of Hashem, with Malchut. And through that, we naturally express into the world and express into those who we influence within our Malchut. We naturally express that with more love, with more nobility. Because if I have influence and authority over somebody, they know if I'm coming from a place of a divine love that's beyond me, which is for the sake of creation. And they know if I'm doing it from a sake of my own fear or desire to be in control or desire to be important or whatever it is, the way that leaders, rulers, people who are in controlling situations, bosses, teachers, are they coming from a place of really being plugged into divine love? Are we coming from a place of being plugged into divine love? So, great subjects for reflection, for inner work, for plugging into that divine light that's always being expressed through you. There is a emanation of Chesed that's flowing through you from the source of life. The more we can plug into that, the more we can actually sense it and know it, the more effectively we can offer influence into the world, the more effectively we can bring ourselves to be part of the broader influence from the source of life. Have a beautiful, blessed day.